The Colon Cancer Alliance recently held the 3rd annual The Stars Go Blue for Colon Cancer Benefit, featuring couples and country music. Many familiar faces were on hand for the intimate performances. Kelly Lynn was at the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum to check it out.
We're minutes before the show here at the Ford Theater. We're going to catch up. It's couples night, so we're going to catch up with some of the couples that are going to be performing tonight. Josh Turner's here with his wife, and Linda Davis, and Charlie and Nan Kelly. It's going to be a great evening. All over me. I'm here with Josh Turner, who is going to perform tonight with his lovely wife, Jennifer. How did you get involved in this?
Nan Kelly from GAC, she beat me over the head and just drug me in here, kicking and screaming. Nan's a good friend of mine, and she asked me if we would lend our voice to this and told me what it was about and everything, and so it was kind of hard to say no to. It just seemed like a fun event and a unique event where I get to sing with my wife, and I felt like it was a great cause, and it's a way to help colon cancer patients help pay their bills when they're having to pay for all of their medical stuff. So like I say, if the least I can do is come and sing a few songs. Give me Jesus, give me Jesus.
We're here with Charlie and Nan Kelly, and I'm sure you recognize Nan from GAC. How are you?
I'm glad this night has arrived, and I'm excited, and I'm smiling and proud of this guy for wanting to do this for, ever since he finished with colon cancer surgery. That's all I would hear. Laying in the hospital bed, recovering from his own cancer surgery, he was like, man, I just want to help people. I just want to help people. I just want to help people. And 2 months after that, the first concert happened, and it was a raving success with Vince Gill and Amy Grant and Hal Ketchum, and now we're in our 3rd year, and I'm trying to be the helper, and I'm not a very good one.
I think you are. Josh Turner said he came out. You got him here. You've been a great helper.
Well, it's in my role, in my job, it's good to have friends that you care about and care about you, and I was just so happy that everybody that we called, it was like, it wasn't a matter of would you want to do it, it was just, does the schedule allow?
As for me, I've come to know everything that glitters is not gold.
When Nan called Jamie and asked us to do it, I was immediately touched. I have a dear friend I grew up with that died of colon cancer 2 years ago, fought it for 7 years, and when I found out about this, I said, oh, I'm there.
Because you know the needs that they probably went through and trying to deal with staying alive, and then are struggling through the
My friend
treatment.
David, we played Little League ball together. That's how far I go back with him, and he fought an amazing fight for 7 years, and he'd have it licked, it came back, and then he just wouldn't give up, and then finally, just a couple of years ago, he just finally said, okay, he was fine with it, but he had family, he's got kids, our kids' age, and it's like, so it really, watching him go through that is very painful, but.
So it feels good to know that you're here tonight for something that was very close to a friend of yours and dear to you.
He will definitely be in my mind sometimes when we sit tonight, I'm sure, because I've already thought about just thinking about what we're doing tonight. It's like, he's crossed my mind several times today, just thinking about this.
David.
Yeah.
The person that's diagnosed with cancer usually ends up having to be, usually is the strong one for the spouse, because the spouse is more worried that they're going to lose that person. So the person diagnosed bucks up and is the strong one, says, don't worry, I'm going to be fine, we're going to get through it. That's what she did when she was diagnosed, and that's kind of what I had to do for her, because she was obviously very emotional at that time. So it was a tough year, but we're both lucky that our cancers were found early, so we preach early detection, because that is really can make the difference between a long, hard battle that you might not win and a shorter one that you will win.
When I'm stronger and I've conquered every fear that held me under, and I'm seeing life through different eyes, I have the right.
Colon cancer, if you catch it early, it can be, the ending can be positive. So that's what we all pray for, and then eventually a cure. Absolutely. Sooner than later, we hope.
Absolutely.
But the music's going to be fun tonight. Everybody on the stage is so talented and so sweet and kind. Backstage, you ought to have the cameras rolling because there's fun going on back there.
I bet. Tell us about that. What's everybody? Y'all are practicing?
Well, we're practicing. We're putting on makeup. We're talking about old road stories. So it's just like a reunion. It always is in Nashville. When you get together with other artists and performers, it's just like family.
Out for great causes. And I think that's the thing about Nashville. Everybody's willing to pitch in and help in any situation. We did that through the floods, and now going through, different benefit charities events. People are always willing to come out and give their time like yourself.
Thank you. I find that to be the case too. I have several causes that I get involved in, and when I make phone calls, seems like everybody says yes. When I get the calls, I try to say yes. So that's just the kind of people that country music, I guess, draws. Just good-hearted folks.
This year's event raised $36,000 for the Blue Note Fund, which provides financial support for colon cancer patients in need of assistance. This brings the 3-year total to over $65,000 donated to date. For more information, check out thestarsgoblue.com. Time for another quick break, but we'll be right back with the legendary Doobie Brothers.